This is normal, never mind anything else. So you have a pilot that's going well, but the rest of the organisation doesn't understand what's going on. They don't get Scrum. What are you going to do? Well, as I said, this is quite normal. Okay, we come in, we work with a small part of the company, we help them understand Scrum, and they get good at it. Great. But then there's all the other folk that sat around looking at these weirdos who are talking about sprints and Kanban and using post-its and making way too much noise, and we don't do that. How do we approach this problem? Well, it's very often by education. It's helping people understand what needs to happen. Okay. So we've got it working in one place, we can point to it and say, look, here it is. This is why we work that way. Very simple steps. We work with bright people. We need to introduction, give them the foundation, and then they can work forwards. And the way that I normally approach this is the sprint review. So we've got the team coming together to celebrate their success for the last sprint. We've got the stakeholders coming together to talk to them, to share feedback, share insights on where this product could be going next. That's brilliant. And it's a great place to bring people so they can see, they can interact with the way of working, understand the transparency and the collaboration that goes on in a Scrum environment. And it becomes an incredibly powerful tool to start socializing that way of thinking, that way of working to the wider organization. Because we can invite a few extra stakeholders in, people who are interested in the process more than the product, and explain how it works and why it works. So they come in, they see the review, and then as a Scrum Master, we're talking to them and explaining this is how it worked, this is how we got there, and maybe talking to them about how they could start working in that way. It's a slow game. Okay? Many people will come in and say, just train everybody, and then they start doing it. In my experience, it doesn't work. Okay? Because we're asking them for fundamental shifts in how they think about the work, the stuff that they do day to day, the problem solving. Okay? And that takes hard work. Okay? And they're busy people. They don't have time for more work. There is no benefit to them, so why would they do it? What we need to do is really show them that benefit, explain to them, it's working here, look, could it help you? And if it could, how do we support you in that transition? So you slowly grow the pilot across the organisation. You may start with the pilot and then move to a second area and get it working again. And say, look, now we've got it working in 2 places. Is that interesting to you? Let's go and help you start establishing this. Okay? But always pointing back to working models. As an agile coach, when I'm working with execs, it's one of the most important things is I have really good people working on the ground, inside teams, creating great centres of excellence, brilliant places where we can see agile doing a great job, so that when you're talking to leadership, you can say, this is what it looks like, this is good, this is without a doubt better than what you have. Do you want more of it? And the answer is normally yes. Okay. Well, how we get there is not to take that, cookie cutter it across the place, it's to evolve it to work for your organisation. And it's a very big difference to many of the people that I've worked with who believe you can cookie cutter one team to 20 teams to 100 teams. You can't. They're all solving different problems with different people in different contexts. So the process they need is going to be different. It may be that the framework's the same, something like Scrum, but the actual nuts and bolts process is going to have to change to solve their problem with their people in their context. And that's how we start doing this. Okay? That's how we start educating people, is by making it a compelling story. They want to know why it works. They want to know, will it help them? And until we've got that, there is no point in taking it any further. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.